Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to go through my complete PlayStation 1 collection, show you everything I've got. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. This channel is completely full of retro gaming stuff. Right, so we'll start with the consoles first. The first thing you're going to notice is that I've got two PlayStation 1s. The reason for that is because there are 3 or 4 different models of the PlayStation 1, and I've got 2 different ones here. As you can see, you find this out by looking at the back. One has an extra port than the other. I am planning on getting the other models. I'm just waiting for them to pop up on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere like that. So I've also got a PlayStation 1 Slim. Unfortunately, I don't have the screen attachment to add on to this console, but it is something I want to get in the future, but they are quite expensive. Right, so that's the consoles finished with. So the next thing I'll show you is I've got 2 memory cards for the PlayStation 1. So I've only got 2 Sony official memory cards. I think I've got loads of others, but these are the official Sony ones. So I'll put them in the console just so I don't lose them. So the next little accessory that I've got, which I thought was really cool, and I picked up completely for free, are these memory card holders. So they're multicoloured, and they've got the PlayStation 1 logo in the actual front of it. I think if you can barely see it there. Let me try again. There you go. The PlayStation 1 logo right there. So I picked those up completely for free, and a PlayStation 1 carry case, because we sold everything else that was in it and got to keep the bag and those cards for free. So the next thing I want to show you is another PlayStation accessory, which I think is really cool because it's in complete in box. So I don't have a lot of complete in box stuff in my collection, but this is the Multitap. So this allows 4 players to play a game together on the PlayStation 1, because obviously the PlayStation comes with 2 controller ports, but you add this on and then you can get 4 controllers into the PlayStation. The box has seen better days, but it's still cool to have. I'll show you what it looks like inside. There you go. So like I said, certain games allowed you to have 4 players, and you'll need this to be able to do so. I'll just plug it in, show you what it looks like. And then obviously you've got 4 memory card slots and 4 controller ports, which I think is quite cool. Same colour material that the PlayStation's made from, so it really blends in quite nicely. I know you can get a lot of different branded versions of this, unofficial ones. They all do the same thing. Right, so the next thing I want to show you is one of the cooler looking PlayStation 1 controllers. I love this one just because of the colour. This just takes me back to the 90s. I'm sure I've got a lot more PlayStation 1 controllers laying around somewhere, but this one's just one of my favourites just because of the colour. How many of you guys had this back in your collection when you were younger? Right, so I'll remove all this stuff and I'll show you the next bit. Right, so the next thing we've got is the PlayStation 1 Slim carry case. So this is quite cool. So I didn't even know this existed until a couple of months ago when I picked it up off a Facebook Marketplace ad. So you could store loose games in there in the front. Zip that up. I'll show you the back pocket. So there was a lot of room in there. Remember how small the PlayStation 1 Slim is. You've got plenty of room in here to put other stuff, controllers and all that stuff. This hangs over the shoulder. Another little cool feature of this is like what looks like an old phone holder. And it's so slim compared to phones nowadays. So it probably held like an old Nokia or something. I've got no clue what else this was either made for. I think it's got to be a mobile phone if I'm honest. So that brings us on to the next carry case that I've got. So this is for the old PlayStation 1 original. So this one's huge. It looks more like a laptop bag than a smart carry case. So I'll just move the camera back so you can kind of see the full size of it. It's got a little handle on top, over the shoulder, strap at the back. It's really nice because it's obviously got this all sewn in, so the PlayStation logo as well as the name. I'll quickly show you inside of it. There's not as much room and stuff inside as the PlayStation Slim bag, but it's still pretty cool. There you go. Just for your wires to hold your console and a couple of controllers. And like I said earlier, this one we got completely for free as it came in a bundle, and we sold the console and kept the bag. And you can see from the bottom there's some like little rubber feet on the bottom of the bag. Right, so I'll jump into the games. So I'll start with the demo discs first. Let me just zoom the camera in. So obviously, I don't know if you guys remember these games. They used to come with like the PlayStation magazine, and it would be like a short level of an old school game just to try and get people to buy the full game. So it would obviously show you inside what was on the disc, and then that's what it looks like. And you've got Music 2000, F1 99, Ace Combat 3, Action Man, Eagle 1, Micro Machines, Gran Turismo. It's got a lot of like games on there just to try, see what you think of it. Got Gran Turismo. Just to have one more look inside of it. So obviously it's got Gran Turismo on there. I think there's a lot of duplicates. You've got Dead or Alive. That's what the disc looks like. So I won't open every single case, just show you the front, because I've got a lot more games to get through. So let us know in the comments if you had any of these, or if you remember getting any of these with any of the PlayStation magazines. I think there's absolutely tons. This is only a very small collection of those magazine demo discs. This one says it's got 10 playable demos. I think the next one looks pretty cool. It looks more like a horror genre disc. Bit of sport, and then football. So that brings us on to the best part, the PlayStation games. So I don't know if anyone else remembers this. I remember playing it as a kid, and I just had to have it and try and refresh some nostalgic memories for myself. So the first four are double cases, so the larger games. This one I think came with like 4 discs because there was just so much to it. One of the best Final Fantasies that got me into the series. So no collection would be complete without Doom. Absolutely love this first person shooter game. And this is the first game for that game at the start that I absolutely loved. Right, so there are so many PlayStation 1 games to get through, so I'm going to speed through this just to show you. So the next game I got completely for free in a massive bundle, sold loads of bits of it, and I got a massive collection of PlayStation 1 games for free off the back of it. One of my favourite games, absolutely awesome multiplayer game, that Crash Bandicoot. Resident Evil, Monopoly, Toy Story 2 was always good. Dance mat game, need to get a dance mat for it. I did love Beyblade, I thought that was an awesome game too. There's a lot of games I've never even tried, never even heard of, but I've just picked it up and added it to the collection. I've got a double there, I didn't know that I've got 2 of those. So I'll just get rid of that one. This is an awesome game. Tekken 3, can't beat a Tekken game. Another Resident Evil. Harry Potter. Time Crisis, this one's in grey, so it's not one of the full black copies. The next game, absolutely love. Abe's Odyssey, brilliant story game. Worms, can't beat classic Worms. There's only a couple of my absolute favourites in here. The rest of them, like I say, I've never even played. This was the last Worms game that was any good. A bit of Tony Hawk. Love this racing game, Micro Machines. Abe's Exodus, again, another brilliant story game. If you haven't played it, definitely worth giving it a go. Grand Theft Auto. So I'm going to play this one later. Absolutely loved it. Rayman. And that brings me to the end. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe and keep watching out for new videos.